So our first case study was for a property site, and a very large property site with millions and millions of pages. But this methodology would also work with travel sites or large e-commerce stores or any shop or website that has many thousands of categories and loads of different facets. As I said, in this case study, it is for a property company, and the company was called ZeroDown, and they had what we called these keyword pages. So homes for sale in California, houses for sale in California, properties for sale in California, log cabins for sale in California. And each one generated one of these, you can see over here on the left, a keyword page. So this one was homes for sale in Los Angeles, but they might have had 2-bedroom homes for sale Los Angeles, 3-bed homes, 4-bed, 5-bed, bungalows, loads of different property types. And we call these their keyword pages. And because they had 400 of these homes, houses, properties, log cabins, wood cabins, 2-bed, 5-bed, 6-bed, 9-bed, they had 400 others. When you start putting that with every state and every city and every neighborhood across America, their site was just humongous. In fact, it was about 50 million URLs big. And they got in contact because for a lot of their queries, they couldn't shift off of page 2. And for a lot of other queries, they just weren't getting indexed at all. And indeed, when we looked in Search Console, we started looking at things like, okay, why isn't our homes for sale in California ranking? We'd often find actually it's the properties for sale in California that was ranking for it. Or why isn't our log cabins for sale in California even indexed? And then we'd see that our wood cabins for sale in California was indexed. And we started to think two things. One, keyword cannibalization was an issue. Did we really need multiple different types of the same property? You can see here on the screenshot, houses for sale California, homes for sale California, and properties for sale California had 70% similarity. And we did this using SERP Similarity, which is a free tool within Keyword Insights. We could basically tell those SERP results were so similar, they shared 70% of the URLs in common. We probably didn't need 3 different pages for it. We also ran a spot check on flats for sale California and apartments for sale California. I think they had 90% similarity, so we didn't need a page targeting that either. The other issue we probably had was crawl budget. Now, crawl budget is this idea that Googlebot and search engine bots in general only spend a certain amount of time crawling through your site before they get bored and just go away. Now, crawl budget really only is an issue if your site is millions of pages large. It's not, we hear it talked about a lot, but it's not an issue if your site's a couple of thousand. The crawl budget isn't your problem if you think it might be then. But as we said, this site was 50 million URLs large, so it was definitely a problem for them. And we're like, okay, so how can we heavily reduce the amount of pages on the site and reduce keyword cannibalization all in one? And how do we spot check? Like, okay, we were able to spot check houses for sale California, homes for sale California, and properties for sale California pretty easily just by putting them in SERP Similarity. But there's another 397 keyword types. How do we cross-check all of them in one go? And that's what keyword clustering is super powerful for. So we got all the different category names, like all of these. This is just a small screenshot. Like they had modern beach houses for sale, cabin homes, chalets, log homes, rustic homes. Again, 2-bed homes, 3-bed home, 5-bedroom homes. And we clustered all of them. And if you've watched the keyword clustering videos, you'll see why this happened. But in the resulting report, it basically grouped all the ones that we didn't need to have. So all the ones that could be grouped together. So you can see here, we didn't need cabin homes for sale, chalets for sale, log homes, rustic homes, and cabins. All of them could be grouped into one. So again, you can imagine across every state, every city, every postcode, redirecting all of them into one is going to save a lot of URLs. We also had beach houses for sale and modern beach houses for sale. We didn't need those two, it just needed to be rolled into one. We had cheap homes for sale, affordable houses, cheap houses, starter homes. We didn't need all of them, they could be rolled into one. The colonial style homes was just a massive one. I mean, this one went on for a long time. There was loads of colonial style home keyword pages that could roll into one. We even saw some interesting ones like 9-bedroom homes and mansions. We didn't need those two because, I mean, a 9-bedroom home probably is a mansion, but they could be grouped into one as well. In the end, we redirected about 15 million URLs, so just a huge redirect, and that was conservative. There's probably a lot more we could have combined. And you'll see when those redirects went live, we went from, after this long series of plateauing, we basically doubled our traffic from 500,000 to over 1 million in a couple of months. In real terms, it was about 110% rise in organic traffic. As I said, this doesn't just apply for property companies. You can do this for other niches. So whenever I'm looking at e-commerce stores, notably Etsy, I see loads of categories that I just don't need to have, like dining table and kitchen and dining tables. And there's so many more. And a website the size of Etsy, I bet we could find thousands of examples of where cannibalizing the categories. All we need to do is to export a list of their category pages, probably the H1s, shouldn't be too difficult to do, and cluster them. And then when all the clusters are together, we can see all the categories they can push together. Same with travel sites. I saw this on Expedia where I saw chalets in Colorado and cabins in Colorado. Now, those two struck a chord with me because back here in the property site, we saw cabins and chalets, so I know already that those two could probably be merged together. Again, all I'd need is for someone at Expedia to export me a list of all the category pages, probably all the H1s, probably the keyword that it's targeting. I'd cluster them all together and I'd know very quickly which ones I can group.